Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jackie and Stephana here. Happy Tuesday. Is that what day we are?
Think it's Tuesday.
We are on Tuesday. So, hope everybody's doing well, enjoying the beautiful sunshine. It is sun is shining here in Indianapolis, and so let me see. Our kids have been out off and on today, having a good time, having a bad time, arguing, everything in between. And we hope to get out after we get off of this. So let us know where you guys are joining us from. And if you've gotten outside today, let me know if you got outside to enjoy it. We did not get outside yesterday, and it kind of threw all of our night and all of our morning off for the whole family, I believe. So we got to get outside today and enjoy what we see out there. All right, let me set this up in here. All right, today we are going to be talking about. I've read an article or headline. I didn't read the whole article. Read an article about. Well, first, Indiana redid our stay-at-home order, right, babe?
Hmm.
So it was to expire yesterday, the 20th, and yesterday they went out and said they're going to extend it through May 1st. So May 1st, 11:59 p.m. Stay-at-home order is lifted at midnight on Saturday the 2nd. You can roll out if you want to. But I saw a post, a couple of different things, an article and a post. I saw a post on Facebook that somebody asked. I think they said, "Are you ready? Or you think it's time to be coming out of quarantine? Are you ready for to be out of quarantine?" You commented on that. Do you remember what they said?
I mean, that was the gist of it. I don't remember the exact words.
So they were basically trying to find out if you're ready to get out of quarantine. And I quickly scrolled through it and I seen a lot of no's, just no, 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 no. So while we are all stuck up in here and quarantining and following stay at home and social distancing and physical distancing orders and all that type of stuff, ready, for some interaction with real people and ready to not have to be stuck at the home, go to restaurants or whatever, not everybody's fully ready to get back out here and go back to the way things were, as some think it's a little too early, I guess is what they're saying.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I read an article or headline, that's what I was talking about earlier, about the governor of Georgia. And it sounds like they're on an aggressive, I don't know what they were calling it, reentry. Is that what we're going to call it?
Reentry.
Reentry into getting businesses open and kind of getting back to normal in the state of Georgia. And some people are like, whoa, bro, you tripping, you're going too fast. And so we wanted to pose the question to you guys. Are you guys, how are you going to handle it when you get out? Are we ready to go ahead and open the doors and open the borders or whatever else and kind of unrestrict things? I know it's going to happen over time, but how ready are we overall? How ready are you as a couple? How ready are you as an individual? So as you come in here, join us in the chat and let us know. Um, did I share that? Let me see. Let us know whether you're ready or not, and how you're going to handle that. So, are we ready?
I don't think we're ready. I saw a meme that I want to be in this kind of control, but it said basically, I'm going to watch all of y'all go out there on May 1st until June 1st and see how you fare. It's kind of how I feel.
Gonna see what happens to everybody else, because I did, I've been kind of scanning headlines. I saw a headline where I think it was Kentucky, and they had a protest or something.
Hmm.
Everybody's mad, talking about they shouldn't, be under quarantine and they should be able to come out freely and go back to life as normal. And then, according to the headline, I'm always, grain of salt with the headlines, because you don't know what outlet is doing it, and what slant they are writing towards or whatever. But it said that there was a spike after that of what is it, coronavirus cases. Now, can that happen in a day or two? Because I think that the protests were just like within the last week. So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know if that was something that's already happening, or maybe they weren't practicing social distancing and now they just wanted to take it to the governor's doorstep, or whatever it is. But so as you guys are joining, let us know, do you think overall that we're ready as a country, as states, as your local, wherever you're living, to come out of stay at home order and out of self quarantine? And that's overall. And do you think you are ready in your marriage and family and household? Stephana said, we're not ready. We're going to watch a little bit.
Hmm. And when we go back, it's going to be different. I think it will not be the same freedom. I think I was already a little bit heightened about germs, but it'll be even more so for sure.
So we got 5 tips that we're going to share with you guys today about how to re-enter or go back to post regular life. You know, it won't be exactly like it was pre-quarantine, pre-coronavirus, but hopefully this will be something that can help you guys out. All right, you want to jump into it? Oh, before you do that, we got some exciting news too. We'll share that at the end.
Okay.
All right, we got some exciting news to share at the end that I almost forgot, that I'm super, super excited about. Hopefully you guys will be super, super, I know you'll be super, super excited about it as well. But some good stuff for you guys. All right, so we're going to jump into it. 5 tips for life after quarantine.
So the first tip is building good habits. And I think we talked about that a little bit in previous shows where we're just in this thing and trying to make the best of it. And so it's an opportunity to make some choices that will eventually, hopefully, stick and be good habits,
Yep.
good things for us in general.
Yeah, that's been one of my big focuses during this time period, because there's never going to be another time that we get this opportunity to, I mean, literally, you can take your time to shut it down, and your family, and say, we're not doing anything for this weekend or this week or whatever, taking a break off, spring break over Christmas holidays or whatever. But never in our lifetimes has the whole world pretty much been shut down. I had a conversation with a lady on in our Facebook group who lives in South Africa. And so she was talking about they own whatever business they own. It was a business that I felt like you had to get out and talk to people and stuff like that. So I asked her, I was like, how is the quarantine impacting you guys? And she's like, oh, we've been on a complete lockdown since whatever date it was. So it's pretty interesting. The whole world is shut down, where now we have the ability, and work is slowed in many areas, the ability to choose what we do with our day and our time. So it's so crucial for us to be able to take advantage of that and don't have any excuses for nothing getting in your way. And so I'm kind of likening this period to what I'm calling, like, we're going to come out like we're out of a rocket launcher. Is whatever we're doing right now, whatever habits we're building, whatever things we're putting in place or not doing, when we get out of quarantine, it's going to shoot us up or it's going to shoot us down. The rocket don't have to be pointed up. So if we're creating great habits, as an individual, as a couple, and our family, with our time, with our bodies and all that type of stuff, then it's going to, with our businesses, it's going to launch us. And I think you'll see the difference when people come out. Some people are going to have a hard time adjusting to regular life because they've created so many bad habits, and now they got to go back to those things. So use this time to fill your to direct your rocket launcher wherever you're going, because you're going to get launched out regardless. When we come out of here. And on Sunday, our pastor started a new series about habits, going through the book of James. And so that just resonated with me. So I was like, man, we gotta hone in on these habits, and we're not perfect in them. We're missing some stuff, but we're being intentional. There's some things that I'm doing really, really well at, and then others I'm inconsistent at. But now I got to choose what is most important. If I can focus on 2-3 habits that are going to propel me in the direction I want and our family afterwards, that's a win for me.
Me either, Toya.
What's she saying? Oh, let's jump in the comments.
Hey, Colby, Toya, Nicole. I think I saw the singers in here.
Yep.
John and Courtney.
Yep. I said, no, they are not ready. Everybody reacts differently to change as well. So another change back to our normal. Yeah, I'm completely agreeing with that. Yep. God is allowing this to reprioritize families, and I do not believe we have learned enough and created better habits. I've said it from when we started, is there is a shift happening. God is facilitating during this COVID. Not saying he created it and it was all his intent. You know, he's like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. But we're here, whatever, if it was self-imposed or whatever, we're here. And he is creating a shift where the focus and the center comes back to being the family. And it's going to be different when we come out. But I think if we get that center focused on around the family, then we're going to be in a better position when we come out against the regular things in the world. So point number 1 is build good habits now. Point number 2 is when you come out, because now you got to think about you going out that door. And I've already saw myself with this, not even being conscious of it, but seeing people and just kind of just the normal, greeting or talking and not giving a distance. But we are going to have to set boundaries, and we are going to have to accept other people's boundaries. So here we are. We got some that's like, man, I'm ready to come out. Well, this stuff is a hoax or whatever it may be. They may not have no boundaries. We got to be able to set those boundaries for ourselves. Or maybe we're that type of person who's like, man, this is not really that big of a deal. I can dap up, I can hug, I can do whatever I need to do. Well, and in that case, if that's you, then you need to be respectful of other people's boundaries. And it's going to be really interesting with those of us with kids, because the kids aren't going to think initially when they get a chance to see each other boundaries. And so there might be some parents that are, kind of that parent that already is like, I don't know, we don't touch him, don't do that. Like when you have your first kid and can't nobody come close to the baby. You mad when somebody comes up and it's like, oh, like, why are you touching the baby? That happens. And so that we might be living some of that out with older kids and with us as adults when we come out of quarantine. So we got to respect those boundaries of other people, but we also got to create our own and stand with them, because you might be ridiculed a little bit. People are going to be like, man, why are you tripping over that? We're good to go. Ain't nothing happening. But it's going to be different. It's going to be different. So set those boundaries, whatever they are. Talk with your spouse. What are our boundaries going to be?
I hadn't thought about it much really yet. So, yeah.
You got number 3?
Yep. Number 3 is going to be remain intentional about connecting. And I think that is something that I will not have a problem with, because I enjoy connecting with other families and couples. And I enjoy play dates with the kids. All of that kind of stuff it brings me joy to be with people. So during this time, we have been a lot more intentional because we've not been able to see people. So it's made us reach out and actually try to have dinner and so forth, and communication with people. So I think that is something that I'm looking forward to continuing.
Yeah. Yeah. My parents live 3 minutes from us, and they've been there since January. Is that right? I think they moved in January. We've had dinner with them, Sunday dinner with them, more times in the last 3 weeks than we have since they moved here. I don't know that we've had a dinner together. And we used to have meals at their house before they relocated over here. But over the last few months, we have not had dinner with them. And now we've had it with not just with them, but your parents have been there. My sister, who lives by herself in California, was there. So we've had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus our 5, 10 people gathering for Sunday dinner for the last 3 weeks at 5 o'clock. And that's just being intentional. We've done it also with other families too. We got to the point we were doing it with so many families, and we asked people, and it was like, man, every other day we was doing it. We got tired. We was like, babe, we're going to have to slow our roll a little bit, because we can't do too many of these every week, because it just kind of, you still, when you're having, even though it's virtual, you're talking more than you probably would have. You're up, getting prepared, you working hard to get the meal together and all that type of stuff on whatever day it was. So we had to chill out on that, but we want to remain intentional about that. So take this online stuff right now and ease back into offline. But some of the online stuff can remain as well, because we have friends all over the country. We have people that we're connected with. We have family all over the country, and what better way than to create some routines now that we can continue to be intentional about when we get out.
Love it.
Yep, I'm gonna jump in the comments, see what we got going on in here. Toya said Taylor was a bubble child. Did we have any bubble children?
I think I was pretty much like that with all of our kids, at least when they were really little. Even today, I would prefer that they not lay on the floor. So yeah.
So our first, like when we had JC, remember the first time, JC's first child care babysitter, whatever it was, that probably, if she was already like that, but that probably sealed it up. So we go over there and stuff was not right. And what was she over there? A week, 2 weeks, maybe? And she's like brand newborn. That was the first one that once she had to go back to work, 6 weeks old. And man, we walked over there one time to pick her up, and there was beer can in the yard.
Not a beer can. There were bags of beer cans. They were like they was partying.
And our baby's over there, 6 months. We 20-some years old. She's the most. And JC was born as a preemie size, so she's like not even 6 pounds. Probably by then she was, but she was born less than that. So we got our little bitty baby over there. So that was like done. And ever since then, there was like a period where like we didn't really let her be watched by too many people. So I got off on a tangent, but the bubble child. So we've experienced a little bit of that. It's going to be interesting, because there are going to be some people that are going to be really, really on this end of the spectrum, and there are going to be some people that's on this end of the spectrum, and everything in between. So find your comfort zone, be intentional. All right, so we on number 4?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, number 4 is to set a plan. So when I say set a plan, like what are you going to do when you get out? Now everybody's like, oh, we've already talked about this. We're going to go out to a restaurant and stuff, but like, how are you going to function? What's your real life going to look like when you get back to it? We don't know yet when the church that we work for, when we're going to have to go back in the office. even before this, I only go once a week. She goes 5 days a week. But what is that going to look like? What is the, what's our summer plans when I'm thinking that kids' activities are still going to be shut down for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
I got an email from our baseball program about summer camps, and they were basically like, they sound like summer camps aren't planned to start until June or July, but even that they're not sure what's going to happen. So just the wording of the email made me, led me to believe, and it was mentioning whatever phases. I haven't read all the details, but I guess there's phases of how things are going to be like this. Organizations or business or entities are going to open up, and this one and this one has like 4 phases. It's like, how are we going to function with that?
Mm.
What's going to be our game plan? We're not going to be here like it is right now, where we just kind of were thrown in the fire and we figured it out, and now we got a little bit of a plan that we're following based on just survival mode. Hey, what's up, Amy? Uzinski's.
Hey.
um, Somebody said we were way too comfortable up in here. But what is your plan? What is your game plan for re-entry when you go out? Have it all ready to go. Because if not, life is going to hit you hard. Like I said, that rocket launcher effect, where whatever habits you're building right now are going to launch you up and where you wanted to go, or it's going to launch you into some struggles and some challenges.
Mm.
But get that plan together so you can, as a whole, as a family, as a couple, and get your game plan together on that. All right. Maybe you got the next one.
Yep. Tip 5, we are suggesting that we all review the budget for review or possibly revise it, because likely things are in different categories right now. So there are areas in our budget where we are spending a lot less. And there are areas that we're spending a lot more. Like we told y'all, we have only eaten out one time during this whole stay-at-home order.
4 weeks, 5 weeks.
So that means we've saved a lot in that area, but much of it has gone to groceries because we're home all day and everybody's needing to eat. So just review and revise the budget. Make sure that you're ready for that and just don't go out unprepared.
Yeah, because things are going to go back to normal. Like gas, we've not had any commute, so we filled up one time,
Mm-hmm.
and like commute was crazy. We drive 30 minutes to the church one way,
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes to the boys' school one way. Then we got 15, was it 20 minutes to their to the basketball where they play basketball at one way. Joshua's baseball was 35 minutes or 25
Something like
minutes,
that.
25, 35, somewhere almost 30 minutes for Joshua's baseball one way. So we got, and church 15 minutes, all these trips that we were taking 7 days a week, small group, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped doing those. So gas bill dropped drastically. Grocery bill went up drastically. Electricity or that is actually fixed, but we'll have to pay that later. But our all the utilities and stuff that we're using at home right now, we're going to get those bills hitting high as well, because now we got everybody home, more water running, more electricity running, more everything all day long. Electronics like crazy up in here. I can't count how many we got going on right now.
Mm.
The kids going on. So money's going to adjust. So that goes back to number 4, set your plan. So how are you going to handle it? Be ready for that, because it was a good thing. It was easier to adjust this way when we came in. It's like, oh, we got less expenses. Now we got this margin that we didn't have. That margin's going to close up. And if you ain't ready and you still got spinning in, this area, that area, just know what it is. Be ready for it and adjust to it. So let me jump in here. Somebody said, where are you from? We are in the U.S. in the state of Indiana. All right. I want to read this comment that Kobe said. He said, I don't remember exactly what you were talking about, but I think just kind of the routines and stuff. But it says, this push to get back to normal is too soon, in my opinion. Our normal was unhealthy. We were overworked. Sounds like us, exhausted, and seeking after things that weren't fulfilling. Man, that's real. This is like the newly freed Israelites wanting to go back to slavery in Egypt. Let's enjoy the freedom we've been gifted. That's real.
Amen.
It's like y'all done got freedom, and now all of a sudden you rushing to go back to something that most people were miserable in their lives because they were so busy. And every time you talk to somebody, what do you hear? Hey, what you been up to? Oh, nothing, just busy. Can we get together? I'm busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody's got too much to do. We love sports and our kids' sports, but you hear a lot of parents complaining that they're running here, running there, running all over the place. People that travel, they got a season where they don't have to travel, all this stuff. So it's like, I'm with you, enjoy this freedom for as long as God grants it to us. And in the meantime, be productive. Don't just this is not a vacation, so I'm seeing a lot of people, and I've been binge watched too. A lot of people are talking about the binge watching shows. I'm like, you know what? I got to find something else to do. So, and I'm going to share one of the things that I've done over this time period in just a minute, that I've used my time to do. Not always in the best way because I've stayed up late doing it sometimes, but instead of me every night trying to find what the newest binge watch show or the next IG battle or whatever it is, enjoy it for a little bit, but don't let that be your main thing. All right. That's just a little outlet, get you a little break. All right. So let's recap real quick. That's a good point. Our grocery bill has been ridiculous, but it's still cheaper than eating out. Need to make a plan and maintain it to be more disciplined. All right. So for those of you joining in later, what we're talking about today is kind of in the headlines. Seeing some states are kind of pushing an aggressive plan to get back into, regular life or reentry and open up phases of their economy and their cities and stuff like that. Seen some comments on Facebook. People are like, "Are you ready to go back?" And I think it's too soon. Most people are like, "It's too soon. We ain't ready to go back," which seems to be the common thread in here. Our state, Indiana, yesterday we were supposed to come out of it. We knew they were going to push it back. They pushed it back to May 1st. Probably going to be pushed back again. I'm kind of hoping. But, so we went through, if your state gets released tomorrow or next week, how are we going to handle it? So we went through 5 tips. Tip 1 is build good habits now. Tip 2 is set boundaries and respect other people's boundaries because everybody's going to be on different ends of the spectrum. Tip 3 was be intentional or remain intentional about connecting because everybody's been much more intentional about connecting with people because they haven't been able to see them on a regular basis. 4 and 5 kind of go together. Set a plan. 5 is revise your budget because it changed during this time period.
Yep.
So you got
You'll
anything?
do the big release.
Am I going to do the big release?
The screen, maybe.
Yeah, I probably can't share the screen. All right. So, yep, we got a few minutes. So I mentioned people binge watching and talking about all they binge watching and getting on all these other things. We're focused on good habits and focused on using this downtime to do things that are productive and helping us to launch out. So I've done exactly that. And our website, happymarriedcouples.com, was actually built last year around this time, the basic shell of it. And there have been little bitty things here and there, other things that I've got to set up to make sure it's functioning and show it's got the resources for you guys when you show up. Well, over the last 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks, I'm head down. I'm getting this bad boy done. I promised it would be released last Monday. I didn't meet that deadline, but praise God. I'm not thanking God for coronavirus, but we still at stay at home. So I had a little bit more time to get it done, and it is now officially done.
Woo, yes, celebrate with us.
Yes, celebrate with us. So the website is done. For years, I've been blogging and writing about marriage, and I've been housing all that content and all those resources on my personal blog. But we've got a national ministry where we're going around and people wanting to say, hey, how can we connect with you and your wife and what you're doing for marriages, not just your blog? So that is now created. I'm gonna share the screen if I can in just a minute, but there's already a couple free resources on there for you. We're going to be putting more on there, more content, but we want to know from you guys what you need. Like, what is the single greatest thing that we can help you out with right now when it comes to your marriage? Let us know that in the comments, and I'm gonna go over here and open up and share the site with everybody. You can see it because we want to create resources that are meeting you right at the point of your needs. And we got a big event coming up next week that we're putting together. So pray for us that we get all that together, but it's going to be a live event on Thursday and Friday. And it's not just going to be us. It's going to be some other people as well. We'll share more about that in the next day or so. But right now, let's just jump on here and just go break out the site. All right, let's see. So before I share it, let me see who we got on here. I want to see if anybody answered that question. Thank y'all. So tell us real quick before we share, what's the single greatest thing that we can help you guys out with in your marriage right now? Put that in the comment section while you're filling that up. Whether you do this on the replay or whether you do this live, do it anyway, even if you're catching later.
Nicole, you got to be there next Thursday and Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And marriage.
Yeah, you got to be there. You got to be there. Webinars. What kind of webinars? What topics? We will be doing some webinars. We got some webinars. We got some free ebooks. We already got some courses that we've created and some events that we've created that will now be repackaged and rebundled and repurposed to meet what you guys are needing today. So much content. I've been, couldn't wait to get it over to the site because it's been kind of hiding and lost in JackieBledsoe.com, but now it's ready. So yes. All right. You ready to share it, babe? Big reveal. Let's
drum roll.
Drum roll. We got a drum roll. All right. there's that.
An online platform for married couples to connect. Ooh.
Nice. Love it. Love it. All right, share screen. And some
The
of you,
event is going to be online, Nicole.
yep, it's going to be online. 2 days. We're working on all the guests and everybody right now on the topics. So stay tuned. Um, Make sure you guys have your spouses there. I think it would be great. But if not, there's going to be an opportunity to watch some of the stuff later. But some of you may have, I'm teasing y'all with this right now. Some of you may have already seen the site, but there's only just a snippet. There's only a page. We didn't have all the other pages developed and all the resources. So now we got resources on there and are loading them daily. All right, so let's roll. Here we go. All right, let us know. Can you see the comments right there? Yep. All right, let us know if you can see the site right now. Say, yes, I can see it. So for those of you who have maybe been to happymarriedcouples.com before, you can just come in here and there's like this page, this image right here. There's links that say click and join our Facebook group, and it just brought you right back to our Facebook group. So now we've got some other stuff in here. So we got a free ebook that we're already giving away. Got all the different stuff. People for the churches and marriage ministries and organizations that want to book us to speak. Now you can go up here and book us to speak. We got a few blog posts out there. Got a library of them that I need to load up. That's going to take over time for me to do it. And let me see what else. Let me make sure I can scroll. So I'm going to scroll. Our focus that we've been saying since we came on these lives and since we started developing happily married couples is to help couples connect, help them communicate, and then help them create marriages that are worth celebrating. So that's what we aim to do with this platform, with this brand, Happily Married Couples. And we hope to see you guys in person when we get everybody safe and everybody boundaries a little bit loose at your church, at your marriage ministry, at an event, at a family life event, because we speak at family life. And this is marriages either grow or regress. We talked about this the last few days, is they never stand still. So we got resources for you guys, and more are going to be coming, but we need you guys to let us know what resources you need, because we don't want to create blindly. We don't want to curate. We don't want to have guests on and connect with other people that we don't know if it's meeting the needs that you have. All right. So here's the pathway. And some of this is in the works, is we're having a marriage assessment. So 3 steps: assess your marriage, find out where you are right now, where you are today. Take the quiz. Quiz is not up yet. I've been hustling just to get this bad boy live. Quiz will be up soon. Find out where you are today. Then strategically, based on where you are today, start getting the tips and tools and resources that are going to help you with where you are right then. And then after that, it's up to you. We did our part, helping you assess, helping you get tools and resources for where you are. Now you got to take action. So that's the 3rd step, is to create an amazing marriage, but it takes action for you guys to do that. All right. So we got our blog, Facebook group, which you guys should be in. You want to schedule us a speaker. Here's a free resource that we have out there right now, is a marriage worth celebrating. So we did a summit and we interviewed 19 amazing couples. Actually, we may have interviewed another one. There's somebody might be missing. And they share, and we asked them all different questions about their marriage, but we all asked them the same questions at the end. And we just wanted to know, what's the single greatest piece of advice you would give a marriage couple today? And simple answers blow you away. Practical stuff that you're like, man, some of the stuff, some of the stuff is like, man, I didn't think about that, how important that is, but it will be a revelation if you receive it and put it into action. All right. Feature blog posts. I gotta get some updated images on there. So boom, some of the resources that we got out there already. You can go check out the book, my book, 7 Rings of Marriage, that has already been published. And that's it. Check out our speaking page. Find out what we're about, what you can expect more from us, some of the speaking topics that we'll be speaking about, how to start the conversation, get us there. Just more about our bio. Here's some of our topics that we've done, most requested topics. 7 Rings of Marriage is always there. Storms, becoming best friends, mentoring, how to have a marriage worth celebrating. Some of the people that have shared stuff about our content, and then some of the events that we have. We still got one event on the calendar that hasn't got canceled. I think it may be far enough in advance that it may happen. So we'll see how that goes, but just all of our past stuff. Let's go take the next step. All right, y'all. Is that it? Oh, let me share this real quick. I hope it's live. I hope this part is live. All right. So some people are always emailing and ask us like, how can we write a guest post for you for your site? That was before we had this up. Now we would love for other married people in marriage ministry, other writers, other speakers to contribute content here. So we've got some contributor guidelines. So if that is you or you know somebody, send them here and let them know what they can do to to basically contribute content to happily married couples. This is more than our marriage is bigger than us. This site is not about us. It's about helping couples connect, helping couples communicate better, and helping couples get to the point where they can have a marriage worth celebrating. And it's going to take more than us to do that.
That's
So
right.
we welcome y'all and your people. And that's it. Yeah, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Any questions on the site, y'all?
Y'all let us know.
Give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. You excited about it? What do you want to see first and all that type of stuff? Whoops. I think we're back on the live screen, right? Well, in about 30 seconds. About 30-second delay. Nicole said, tell him about it. He tends to receive info better from others.
I told her, consider it done. We will invite Mr. Beatty.
For sure. Yeah, I think once he see it, it's gonna be fun. Y'all will want to be a part of it.
And
So.
I saw him in the group the other day commenting on something. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he's hanging out in the group. That's good. Get everybody, get your spouses. Love it. Awesome. Thank you guys. So that is a wrap. Hopefully y'all got some good tips for re-entry after quarantine. Hopefully you're as excited, probably not as excited as me about the website. But boy,
You've been up
blood, sweat,
burning the oil.
blood, sweat, and sleep. All asleep on a computer trying to get it done. But let us, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 5. Be sure to like this, be sure to share with other people, and go visit the site, play around with it. Let us know what you see. Let us know what you fill out the contact form. Say, hey, here's what I want to know, or here's what I want to see from you guys. We'll have more stuff where you can do that. Grab that free resource. That's the main thing. Go to happilymarriedcouples.com, grab your free ebook. And we also have I didn't show you that, but there's this 5-day devotional as well that you can grab, that you can get started with your spouse. That
Toya
is,
said they're already doing it.
they are doing a 5-day Devo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank y'all for jumping on that. Praying it'll bless your marriage. God will use it.
Yeah.
So good stuff, y'all. We don't went over today, but hopefully it was worth it for you guys.
Yeah, thank y'all for celebrating with us. You guys are the first ones that we got to release the new finished site to. So that's awesome.
Yep. So it's a wrap, y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
See ya. Have a good evening.